When everybody heard the news, as a business owner, you kind of freak out a little bit. You don't know what's going to happen next. Sign Outlet Store began in 1991. We started as a three-man operation based out of Wheaton. We moved over here to the Lisle-Naperville area in 1997. We've expanded 3 times since moving to this location, each time taking on more and more space for us here. Sign Outlet Store is a supplier of supplies and equipment to people who actually produce the graphics. So every sign making company or a fast sign or a signorama that you may see, those are all made by sign makers, and those sign makers buy products from a supplier like us at Sign Outlet Store. Business has been growing steadily since we began in 1991. Before the pandemic, we were busy with lots of walk-in customers. Our business, customers will come in throughout the day to pick up materials for making signs. Pre-pandemic, there was always a showroom was filled with people. People want to come and look at equipment, what they want to buy next, what are they going to upgrade their materials and so forth. When everybody heard the news, as a business owner, who is going to be considered essential and who is not. A lot of businesses just were cut off and they had to shut their doors right away. All your tanning salons and hair salons, a lot of these small businesses were forced to shut their doors. We, as an essential supplier, found out 2 weeks into it that we would stay open to help other businesses to make signs. So not only were we making, supplying the equipment and the materials for sign makers, where social distancing became a real big thing, all that identification signage had to be made. And those sign makers had to get their supplies from a guy like me. So the first 2 weeks were very rough. It was like we had no business. And then quickly, as the demand started coming in for these products, then we started getting busy again. For us as a business, the things that we can control are things that we implemented right away. We made sure that we had hand sanitizer at every station, every workstation. Every morning we required every employee to have their temperature taken. When they came back from lunch, we would make sure they got their temperature taken. And then in addition, we actually measure the amount of oxygen in their blood as an indicator. We shut down our showroom, so there was no customers were allowed inside. It was strictly employees only. If somebody wants to see something, we either have to make a video or we have to mail them test materials and samples for them to try out. Once we went to the curbside check-in, people were forced to call us from their vehicles and we'd bring their merchandise out to them. So we offer curbside pickup throughout the day. That's been helpful. Since we became Tier 1 about a week ago, which means that we are allowed to open our showroom back up in limited capacity. We've installed plexiglass to protect not only the customer, but protect our employees. Our employees are still required to wear masks regardless. We have a large amount of equipment that comes from overseas. All of that stuff, we have customers waiting 4 to 5 months now just to get new equipment. A year ago, pre-pandemic, it used to be a 1 to 2 week lead time to get your machine. I don't see that lessening or shortening anytime this year. It'll be next year before things get back to normal from the logistics side of things for businesses. There's actually been a little bit of a silver lining, and I think you would find that with a lot of businesses is that their sales may be down, but so are their expenses are down as well. So it's actually kind of been beneficial on that side for us. Nobody has a crystal ball and we don't know what the future is going to hold. But you have to evolve. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to change. We don't sit still stagnant. You have to move and you have to adapt. So I've learned to be a lot more efficient, a lot more productive, and to do more with actually less in sales.